Hey Magic Fam, back with another movie review. Today we're going to talk about Imaginary, a Blumhouse film from the producers of Five Nights at Freddy's and Megan. And we enjoyed it. It's a good horror film, decently done. Obviously not at the top of our list, not one of our favorites, but it was pretty well executed. Overall, this whole story is based on a woman who comes back to her childhood home, and there is an imaginary friend that she kind of left behind, and this imaginary friend is not too happy that, one, that she left him, but two, that she's back, and pretty much this imaginary friend is out to get her. So a little more about the film. Alex, you want to tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, so she returns to her home hoping that her nightmares will go away because she remembers being really happy growing up in this house when she was younger, and so she thinks maybe it'll help. She moves in with her husband, I think they're married, her husband and her two stepdaughters, and the youngest stepdaughter finds this stuffed bear. And
This bear right here.
it's her imaginary friend, Chauncey, and she becomes very attached to this bear very fast, talking to him, playing with him, bringing him everywhere with her. She's very, very attached to this stuffed bear. But it starts to take a turn when some bad things start to happen, and
Some
she's
very bad
being
things.
influenced by her imaginary friend.
Yeah.
And it's becoming apparent that it's not safe, and so they have to find out the root, like what is the root of the problem, like what do they do about this imaginary friend, and it gets pretty crazy.
It does. And I think the film itself, like, it has, I mean, it's exactly what you think it is. I mean, it's an imaginary friend. This imaginary friend takes hold of this new little girl and makes her think that it's her best friend. And obviously, this little girl plays along with it, obviously makes mistakes by befriending this bear, this Chauncey the bear, and again, it just goes down this crazy roller coaster ride. And I think that's what I liked about this film. Like, it is weird, and some of these, we'll just call them portals, that the family members go through. It's like you're in this crazy fun house, and I won't spoil anything, but it's like you're in this crazy fun house for pretty much half the film.
Yeah, it was cool to see the adult kind of go back to her childhood, like have to do things that she did when she was a kid. Because also, I failed to mention this, she has no memory of her childhood in that home, only that she was happy. She doesn't remember having the imaginary friend until a little later on in the film, but she actually doesn't have any memories, so she's kind of unlocking those as she goes to try and save her stepdaughter from this kind of evil imaginary friend. And it's kind of crazy, some of the
Yeah.
things, scavenger hunts.
It is crazy, and I think from multiple levels, like being a kid, having imaginary friends, even if you didn't, you probably knew somebody who did, or if you're a parent and having kids and seeing them have imaginary friends, it kind of freaks you
And
out. You're
think
like,
how
oh my
like
gosh.
how they think it's so real.
Yeah, yeah,
But in
yeah,
this case, it is real.
yeah. In this case, imaginary movie's case, it is real. So again, it's a solid film. Let's go ahead and rate it. And again, before we rate it, let us know what you think in the comments. Give us your rating 1 out of 10. Let us know why you rated it that way, and I'll let you start this one.
Okay, I think I'm going to give it a 7. Like I said, pretty good movie. I enjoyed watching it. I would watch it again if I was showing a friend a horror movie.
Yeah.
But in the same sense, it is one of their PG-13 movies, and I don't know, like Happy Death Day. Like it's kind of one of those. Like it's scary, but it's not like very like disturbing scary where like you're bothered by it. But it was a pretty solid watch.
A
So
few
I'll give it
scenes, a
7.
few scenes. You're like, oh, should I close my eyes? Should I not watch this? It's a little weird, and a little creepy. But with that being said, I give it a 6.5 out of 10. We'll meet right in the middle at 6.75 out of 10. It's a good film, but it's not for somebody who can't appreciate a good horror film, if that makes sense. It is weird. Like I said, it's like a fun house crazy ride towards the end, and you'll see what I mean when you watch it. Alrighty. Well, we'll see you guys later. Thank you again, Icon Cinemas, for hosting us here in Colorado Springs. Check out in your local theater or on video on demand.